return now to the story that has been unfolding throughout the afternoon. 2 children in hospital, one of them, we're told, in a critical condition after a large fire in Hastings this afternoon. The fire broke out at a derelict former bar in the suburb of St Leonards. Nigel Hall is the Fire Services Assistant Area Commander and joins us now live. Thank you so much for joining us. This must have been a really stressful event for your crews. But some members of the public got in before the crews arrived and managed to rescue the children. Is that your understanding of what occurred?
Yes, we do understand the surrounding business occupiers went into the building, putting themselves at some danger and pulled one of the young people out.
Yeah, which is a pretty heroic thing to do, isn't it? And had they not done that, that child would have been in very serious danger.
Well, we don't know that for sure, but more than likely, yes.
Yeah. Have you? It's very early to say, but have you any idea what caused the fire?
Well, we know that 3 young people were involved, and we know it's a tragic circumstances that's caused this fire. We don't know the actual circumstances, all the events that led up to the fire, but
right.
It was a derelict building, and there was no other source of ignition.
So the youngsters were doing something that set the fire off.
Well, we don't know that for sure yet. Yeah. We are investigating. We've got our senior investigators down at the scene, and we've got police are down at the scene as well. But there was no one else involved, and it was a derelict building. So.
Have there been fires there previously? There's some reports that this is not the first fire there.
Yeah, in the sports bar about 6 months ago, there was a fire in that building. The building has been derelict since then. The actual building was to the rear of the sports bar, which is a sort of a derelict wooden and construction building.
Right, okay. And so once the fire took, it burned very, very fast. By the time your crews, I think you had up to 30 firefighters there, right? And it was a really big fire when they arrived, was it?
Yeah, well, we were there very quickly. It's probably only a quarter of a mile from the fire station.
Oh, right.
And immediately on arrival, our officers made an assessment and made it second and quite quickly a third alarm, because originally we didn't know where the young people were. So we saturated the building quite early on, searching, put 8 BA crews into the building, trying to locate the young people. Only one was out at that time. But yeah, so it was quite big. It went up to a third alarm for us, which is about 30 firefighters.
Right. Forgive me for going into the details. There were 3 young people inside. One is in a critical condition in hospital, we understand, and I'm not sure that you can elaborate on that. That's for us to talk to the hospital about. What happened to the other 2, as far as you know? We
believe that one of them, he fled the scene, and we later located him.
Yep.
And he had suffered minor burns. And the third young person, we believe that was involved, he done a runner as such, so we established that he wasn't.
Okay, gosh, that's good news that he got out anyway. What sort of age, roughly what sort of age group are we talking about?
We believe they were 10, 8 and 7.
Oh, really, little kids? Oh, this is a heartbreaking story. And what's the mix? What's the mix of volunteers and professionals by the time you've got a third call out? This is quite heavy stuff for people to be dealing with, isn't it?
Yeah, there's nothing more tragic for our firefighters to be involved in, and young people being involved in an event like this. So they will take it hard, but at the same time, our thoughts will be going out to the families that have been involved in this event.
Well, Nigel, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you being available this evening. That's tough work for your crews. Nigel Hall is the Fire Services Assistant Area Commander, joining us live. Those children, 10, 8 and 7, he thinks.